welcome to Colebrook Kitchen. Today we're going to make the kumquat marmalade sauce that works really well on pork, chicken, or really almost anything else. So first we're going to core and cut up our apple. I like to use this corer because once you go through the apple and pull the core out, normally you have to take it out with your fingers and you cut your fingers. This way it comes right out. Then we just slice this up a little bit so that we can put it into the big mouth chopper. From our other videos, you're familiar with the big mouth chopper and how much time it saves. I love this thing. I use it almost every day on so many things that I have to chop. Anyway, it makes very fast work of this apple. And in no time, we have pieces that are perfect to use for this marmalade. Next, we'll cut up the shallots, and again, we'll use the big mouth chopper. And as long as they fit within the grid, you really don't have to do much. They're already layered, so really all you have to do is cut across the layering and you get a terrific dice. Now it's time to cut the jalapenos. Normally I would use a rubber glove, but with this seed and stem remover I don't have to. I can just grasp the outside of the pepper, outside of the chili, and this does all the work of getting the seeds out, which is really convenient. Then I just cut it to fit into the big mouth chopper, and once again, the big mouth chopper does the work. You also need to chop dried apricots for this recipe, and you got it. We're going to do it in the big mouth chopper. Just line a couple of them up. Sometimes you have to hit it more than once, but it still saves an incredible amount of time. Our next ingredient is kumquats, and this is the kumquat time of year. So this makes this marmalade particularly good for this season because kumquats are plentiful and beautiful, and we're lucky enough to have a tree right outside of our kitchen. I usually like to cut them in half this way and then pull out the seeds so that we can get rid of them early. And then, guess what? I'm not going to cut them in the big mouth chopper. Instead, when I'm slicing things like this, I like to use this Gifu slicer because it really does just a beautiful job of slicing thin slices perfectly. Once all of your ingredients are meased, it's really very simple to pull them all together. So we start with just putting a tablespoon of oil in the pan and heating it up. Once the oil is heated, add the chipotle and then the apple, shallots, and 1 tablespoon of the jalapeno, and cook it until the shallots are just soft. When the shallots are soft and translucent, looking like this, then you want to add in your sliced kumquats, your chopped apricot, 3/4 of a cup of water, and 1/4 of a cup of sugar. And now you stir this all together and you cook it for about, I think, 6 to 8 minutes until all the sugar is dissolved and this thickens a little bit. As you can see, this has absorbed most of the liquid, so now it's ready. So I turn off the heat, take the chipotle out with my handy kitchen tweezers, throw in the fresh jalapeno, which gives it a beautiful color. Mix that in. In the meantime, we're trying out and really falling in love with this fry pan. This is from some people in Germany, and we're trying to get this brought over to this country. It's really terrific. The nonstick properties are great. There are no rivets inside, and the handle comes off if you want to put it into the oven. Once we put it in the bowl, we like to cover it to let it steam a little bit. This is so that it really comes together and the flavors meld. And what we love to cover it with are these beautiful Vienna lily pad lids. You just put them down and it creates so much suction that you can actually lift this full bowl just by the top. Comes in all of these sizes, and we're really taken with this particular product. We think it's great. Well, thanks again for joining us in Colebrook Kitchen.